Question for the men. Why is it that nowadays men don't approach women anymore?
Okay, can we really talk about for 1 minute, why are men not approaching women in the bars anymore?
Can 2026 please, be the year that guys go up and talk to women in public again? Question for the men. Why is it that nowadays men don't approach women anymore? Because I feel like back in the day, 90s, early 2000s, it was so common for men to walk up to women, strike up a conversation, and just see where things go, But nowadays, I don't see that happening anymore. Men, what made you stop approaching women?
Okay, can we really talk about for 1 minute, why are men not approaching women in the bars anymore? Are you guys really that scared? Because we strictly go to the bars because we literally want to be approached. I'm not there just to like hang out with my friends. Yes, I want to see my friends, but I am also there because I want to talk to people. I feel like the whole oh, I've been rejected once and now I'm terrified is crazy.
That's what we all effing say, and I'm like, okay, fine. Then you're never gonna meet your wife.
No, right? Just try.
Have them being single.
Have you guys not been rejected by other things in your life, like a job or whatever, school?
And you keep applying. Hello.
We're not gonna bite. We want to be approached and we want to talk to you. Just read the room.
You're gonna find the right girls that are either yes, I'll entertain you for the night, or I'll go out on a date with you, or I'll fucking marry you.
Literally.
At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just fucking make a move, and who gives a fucking shit?
Because you're always gonna be in the same spot. I also feel you guys have to remember, all girls, all they want is to be in a relationship or to be married. That's a lot of girls' goals. So it's you can, if you're approaching the wrong girl, then yeah, she's probably gonna reject you. And I'm sorry if it's in a mean way, but at the same time, it's know what you're approaching and know what your league is in order to approach, and then make sure that you guys she's looking at you or something. Don't just cold approach her. Then you might get rejected. But just remember that girls want to be approached.
Can 2026 please, be the year that guys go up and talk to women in public again? I know there's guys out there that do this, but not enough. There's not enough, because guys who just sit and stare at you from across the room, they just keep making eye contact with you, and you just make eye contact back and forth. Please, just go say hello. Just go say hello. It's really not that hard. If she's making eye contact back with you, if you guys are making eye contact back and forth several times, she wants you to come say hello, okay? If you look at a girl, you find her attractive, and you never see her looking at you again, she probably doesn't want to talk to you, okay? Or she has a boyfriend, whatever. But if she keeps making eye contact with you, that is your sign to go up and say hello. And it is so much more attractive when a guy takes initiative. It shows so much confidence. So what? You shoot your shot and you miss? You're going to miss regardless if you don't go say hello. It's so silly to me. This happens all the time. And twice in the past week, I've had scenarios like this, totally opposites. Last Saturday, me and this guy, he sat across from me at this restaurant we were at, and we made eye contact a few times. I get up, we go to the bathroom, we're about to leave. We're washing our hands outside the bathroom. He comes over, says hello, we talk, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for coming to make a move and say hello. This morning, I was at the gym, and this guy, one of my guy friends at the gym, texts us, and he's like, you guys have an admirer? And I was like, what? And he's like, this guy, he's like, will you please talk to them for me? See if whatever. And he's like, no, these girls are cool. They don't want some punk guy who's not going to come say hello. I'm like, thank you. No, girls don't want a guy who's not going to take initiative. Girls want guys who are confident. So even if you aren't confident, you should shoot your shot regardless, because you're going to look so much better and have so much better of a chance if you just shoot your shot.
And girls are so annoyed by the fact that guys don't come up to them, that exactly what you guys are saying. They're like, it's so annoying. What's happened with the culture where guys don't walk up to you and say something?
But would it be different if a girl kept smiling at you and you're like, oh, okay, you could tell she's interested?
Yeah, if I felt like I had it, if I had it in, then maybe you'd be more confident going up and speaking to him.
Yeah, if I made eye contact a few times and I can see there's a vibe there, then it's okay. But if I can't establish there's a little something beforehand, it's it's a little.
Yeah, because I think that's when the girls get more pissed, because they're like, we were making eye contact all night at a bar, and then you just never came over, and then we left.
That's fair.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in. He won't look at anyone. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street that does not want to be bothered and ask him if he is single? I feel like I give off the most approachable vibes. I'm always smiling, looking pleasant, not looking at my phone. I don't wear my headphone. Literally never once. I've never been approached.
I just think that at this point, you gotta take it up with the ladies, not the men. Because between Drizzle and the whole bear versus man argument, and then all of these recent videos of women saying that men are terrible and they are man haters, I just think that it would be helpful to the men if y'all got your message straightened out. Because you can't have it both ways. You're going to have to deal with somewhat uncomfortable situations where somebody that you're not interested in actually approaches you and they think that you're attractive. And guess what? You can't be super insulted about it and then blame him for doing that. Or you don't deal with that and then you become the one that is approaching the guy. You're the one now that has to deal with the rejection and maybe even being called a creep. Guys are gonna love that.
Okay, I have a question, and maybe this is a stupid question, but that hasn't stopped me in the past from asking my questions. My question here. You know, my brother was telling me about how in the gym, guys don't really approach girls, which, good. Don't approach me. Don't talk to me. Thank you. But so then I was like, if we're supposed to approach guys, how do you know when a guy wants to be approached by a girl? You know? Like, because girls, we'll give like the little ojitos, we'll give little signs. Like, you know, it'll be like we'll keep looking back. They're like, ah. But how do you know? Like, if you're a guy and you saw a pretty girl and you wanted her to talk to you because you don't want to talk to her, what do you do? Please let me know. That's what I'm curious about. Thank you.
Tell me, like, what is stopping guys from just, like, approaching girls naturally and not, like, sleazy? Just, like, literally for a conversation. Because guys that, like, do that, like, reap the benefits anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be a sleaze to, like, pull a girl in the first place. My guy friend said, unless a girl is, like, making it that obvious, like, at a pub, for example, that she's into him, he's like, she has to fully be, like, waving at me for me to think to go over. And he said that rejection just isn't worth it these days because that girls, like, have higher standards of men. So guys genuinely feel like they just aren't good enough and to go up and introduce themselves. And I'm like, that's actually kind of sad because I do feel like girls are getting judgier, but I also feel like boys are the same. And I think it goes down to dating apps and social media, obviously. But dating apps is like shopping, like no, yes, no. So it's like people are getting pickier, but yeah, it's like people don't know how to socialize anymore and it's really sad. I saw on TikTok a card game that someone invented called We Met at a Bar. I don't know if you've seen it, but it actually looks like a cool idea and they should collab with different pubs in Melbourne and just like have the card game sitting at like different tables or something. I feel like that'd be so good. Pretty much, I think it was like they had like different not dares but like, oh, I don't know, you have to look it up, but it's called We Met at a Bar and like it introduces conversation, like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I just feel like there's got to be a way to just like improve everything about the dating culture, otherwise we're doomed.
Did you know that 78% of men don't approach women anymore? Here's why that's your advantage. Fear of rejection, fear of looking desperate or awkward, which means if you're the one guy who walks up, introduces himself, and can hold a conversation, you're not competing with anyone. So no, hot girls are not used to being approached. In fact, they are waiting on it. Comment approach for my comprehensive guide on how to master the cold approach like a natural.
I don't know if I've heard a lot of people talk about this because I feel like I haven't, but as someone who is still in high school, a senior, I think it is pretty insane how normalized it is to be in high school, whether you're 14 through 18, and the boys our age, I can't even say men because they don't act like men, yet they want to be respected and treated as men, but they can't ask a girl out on a date anymore. Instead, they add them on Snapchat, on Instagram, DM them, whatever, get their number from a friend, pick them up in their car, go for a drive, and make out for however long, 20, 30, 45 minutes. I think it's crazy that that is the norm, because either men or women, I respect myself. Okay, as a man, you should respect yourself. As a woman, you should respect yourself. And I highly respect myself. And I can't even pretend to meet up with someone and go make out with them. Yet alone these girls and these guys do this literally 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. I know countless of people where I live that just have kiss counts that just exceed what I thought was normal. And I have a very low kiss count. And I just think it's crazy because I am 18 years old and I don't think I've ever officially been asked out on a date. Maybe once or twice. Maybe a good 3 times in my whole high school, maybe 15 through 18. 3 years, good 3 years. You know, good age. Maybe been asked out like 3 times. And I don't know what's happening. When I get to college, are guys gonna suddenly start asking us out again? Because what happened to the knocking on my door or asking my father for permission or giving me flowers or opening the door for me? What happened to those kinds of men? I see them in movies because I know in movies we dream of that. We really do want that. As a woman, I want a man to open the door for me. Yes, I can open the door for myself. I know I can. But it goes both ways, right? It goes both ways. And I hate the fact that now all I see are my friends meeting up with random people, even strangers that they don't know, making out with them for 30 minutes. And now guys don't ask out girls on dates because either they're afraid, they think they're going to get rejected, they know the women don't respect themselves, so they think it's okay to just say, hey, when are we going to go make out? And I've gotten asked that way more times than I've ever been asked out on a date, and I've only been asked out like 3 times. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be asking out my husband on a date. That's not how it's going to work. I'm not going to ask out my boyfriend to go out with me. If you can't respect me enough and realize that it is your job as a man, I'm sorry, to ask me out on a date, to show respect for me, if you can't do that, then we have a problem.
Okay, man, I have a question for you guys, okay? Why is it that you guys stopped approaching us women in public at all? Because I feel like back in the day, 90s, early 2000s, it was kind of common for you guys to come to us and talk with us and, you know, shoot your shot. But nowadays, it doesn't happen anymore. Not only not to me, but like not to my friends either. So what's up with that? Why did you guys stop? Are we scary? Are we women scary? Let me know.